that. Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM. Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
City News.
It's 1700 GMT. This is 97.3 Citi FM. You're welcome to Eyewitness News. Eyewitness News offers you great interviews, analysis, and news summaries. There's also the talkback segment later on the show where we put the microphone in your hands. I'm Umaru Sanda-Amadu, your host for Eyewitness News, and tonight...
Don't wait and see what will happen. Don't wait and see. I've given you the time. Say June 2027, you see action in this country. I know when to run and I know when to hit.
MPP's Kennedy Ejapon threatens action against his party over some incidents he finds disturbing. But what will happen to those threats? What would happen to he himself, and what would the threats even amount to? That's a conversation we have here on Eyewitness News tonight. Also, coming up on Eyewitness News, the entire mining town of Samreboy in the western region submerged following heavy rains in the community. And later, on Eyewitness News, health risk looms in Wejagbawe in the Greater Accra region as wetland near McCarthy Hills becomes dumping ground. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. You can send your messages to our WhatsApp number 0539 986 996, 0539 986 996. You can also mention me at Citi973 or at Umaru Sanda, that is on X, and use the hashtag Eyewitness News when you send your messages, and the world will get to hear what you think. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, broadcasting from around the globe on citynewsroom.com and on YouTube as well as Facebook. We start off with Kennedy Ohini Ejapon. He's former member of parliament for Asin Central. He tried twice to be flag bearer of the NPP, was defeated by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former vice president. Last week, or a few days ago, he spoke statements that did not excite the party, where he called out his party for playing the ostrich or double standards in the Afari military hospital case. He said in 8 years, his government or the party which was in government, which he belongs to, did not do anything about the military hospital at Afari in Kumasi. And for that reason, MPP people had no moral ground to criticize the NDC government over the non-operationalization of the hospital 50 months into the NDC's administration. Before the dust could settle on that particular issue, which has angered lots of NPP people who felt he has betrayed them and he has engaged in treachery, or being a traitor, he took to his own Net2 television, a media house he owns, which is part of the Ken City Media Group, last night. And he went on a tirade against the New Patriotic Party in a very characteristic Kennedy Ejapon style. Let's listen to him.
Now, Omufi said, our campaign, they can't shut me down. Ghana for person here. Mummy say agenda 111. To be completely back Ukraine. Ton contract, and the other people at 10%. Ghana, me say, and then NPP for they should be careful with me. So maybe you're better. Only a mess bees all over the place. Now, when I catch you say, me my president Jamini, maybe free me sight never know. I'm only thinking of the youth of this country and not entity. Agenda 111, Mumisa Wom, Saba Kukromu Rea. They sold Obiti contract now. Now I got home. Watching 10%. Anybody to me, we are moving about the criticize the NDC for me, and we'll be so day. Contract, Abraham, he said, on ye, Now on 11%, $55 million or per 11%. And you want advance 7% and say no the amount. Masa, Ghana, Ghana, politicians, we are deceiving the general public. And obi antimi kama nuntu. My jeans everything men kasani yino. Obi antimi scared about this country. So long as I live, na me ye Ghana ni, na me tukwan, na me musa ni ankofo building wo mukura. Me ma obi scare me about Ghana ha. I'm not afraid of anybody. I will only speak the truth. Enti so mo pam kan yi ju o ma no na bodin agenda 111 o mo ajiye a wo mo potoye please I Ghana aden mu de mu wi anoma sorry pam ko hospital wo baby. We have to be fair to Ghanaians. Enti obi say we are better now what do me ye did who ka say we are better who obi now what I catch yourself president be gwan be why you catch yourself president in kwa anybody mo sorry mo koye la sulala na mo beg businessmen for sika. Come and see the people that are coming to me. Me na office am here better. Opposition, who is talking? Who is talking? Because I think the work you're bringing Amucho. Kasa says he up who is defending MTP? I've been quiet. But Obia to me and Kamikasa Boa and show. I said that my 18. But Obia Pawania documents I'm never out. Father Catherine said, be me a bitter.
Honorable, now 2021 on the issue of Galamsey, okay, say approach a ye say your person did to us, no. But rather, can say conscientizing the minds of omo involved, no. MPP 4 we couldn't fight Galamsey because majority of executives in no me Galamsey and also woman control a woman platform Newsroom. Then I book country ni sir. Yeah, more be blame obi. Me a better. We are better said the way. That makes me call election. Me say me lose. And I really don't care. But I'm not going to work for MPP. That means I will have a catch 10 cents of Canadian Japan. And now let me talk. I mean, my private self, me abronya and Kojina platforms in your campaign. Me attach here and Kojina platforms in your campaign. Me address up and Kojina platforms in your campaign. Me chairman and Kojina platforms in your campaign. Me Koka and Kojina platforms in your campaign. You don't put out next year, you see what will happen in this country. You think I'm afraid of you guys? I am not afraid of anybody. I've decided to keep quiet. But if you push me to the wall, you will see some power. Please. Nobody can scare me in this country. Nobody. We have more of my better. Oh, God, you know how much propaganda. I want to say one and here. Parliamentary Senate Committee on Health. Member, I can say in Kura and you what 8 years ago. Well, who's in Kura? I didn't do the moment here. 8 years. Well, who's in Kura? And now we'll be about 15 months ago. Who called you in Kura? My Ghana, you that the youth of this country, a day will come, they will rise against us. One here, and you may be seen Ghana. A DS will Tunisia, only a thing. It will be a politician, no peace out here. When you scar, Moncoso, Namia Bita. This time, oh, dear, better tell me, I'm a Tebiachero. What do you mean? Abranya, who is it? Abranya, me. The name is come and call the campaign. Or say, Bawamia, Echo Fat, a semi, I'm an abetuno, which I say, I'm a man. The man, car first. And you know choosing a no so station. Masada Maidi. We say from June 2027, MPP for minimum action Ghana, you will be surprised.
And what I am not afraid of any human being. Nobody can intimidate me in this country. We will speak the truth. Anything that is not good for the country, I will speak. If it's good for the country, I will speak. You better burn Pabaso. If you won't now could defend the MPP, Mr. Sapo, I respect you a lot. And you can't call me a liar when you don't even have the information. Whoever tell Parliament, I can meet in the please, I respect you. I will land here. But next time, Mr. Please, I urge you, information and sign Wabakasa. And yes, I cry out the first work as a Miss Makia Catholic. Miss Robia, Ewagama, Piasso Mobra, and Chen. Oh, two crying said, you see, and respect you, love the doer. Who be to say, cook and certainly, your party team. When you are better. And before we are ready, we see July 2027, no more action. And what Ghana, you'll be surprised. You think I'm stupid? I'm stupid to come and follow you guys again? I'm stupid. Honorable. 10 cents of credit at the pump. No wait and see what will happen. Miss Romo, me catch Romo, Miss Romo cabinet. No wait and see. I've given you the time. Say June 2027. You see action in this country.
Ma yana wase honorable.
Dina ma yenyina no. Tieni. Omunko ridi, omunko tie Kenny Rogers. Minimum your friend the gambler. Now omun samu nyansa. Omun ni enti amema yeti. I know when to run and I know when to hit. Omun ni me eba ogun. Now this is Newsroom. I say I bring up our needs and poor Ghana. Minimum Opia Obatabi, Obia Mefidu, Mefidu. Onyan who near back to Ghana. Onyan who I bring it. Now I will deal with him at my own time. Be nobody did be a chairman, chairman and papa in there. And the Kumasi Apari, Monjinian, useless people.
Vintage Kennedy Ohini Ejepon, former member of parliament, as seen central, speaking in the way Kennedy Ejepon usually speaks on his own TV station, Net2 television, last night. This has angered lots of MPP people, but is he speaking the truth? And is this going to lead to an implosion in the party? Can he be punished? If he's punished, what's the consequence? And a lot of questions are coming up. The MPP went to primaries last year and elected a flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He, Kennedy Japan, was one of the 5 people who contested. We saw a ceremony where they shook hands and Dr. Bawumia was declared the winner. Subsequently, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia went to some of their, to their homes, and we saw pictures of he engaging with them. So, where did things go wrong and how can it be fixed? I want to speak to one of the people who contested that particular election. He is a former minister of state in charge of agriculture. He is current member of parliament for Ebitifi, and he was one of the NPP flag bearer aspirants, Dr. Brian Echampong. He's joining me on the line. Doc, you're welcome, and thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Maru, and good evening to your cherished listeners.
Good evening to you. I have seen that statement you issued. From where you sit, is it the case that your party is in turmoil, or this is expected of what happens after primaries and things will simmer down?
Thank you once again, Maru. The party is undergoing restructuring. We started off with the presidential elections. We went off to do polling stations. Electoral area is concluded. We are heading into constituency, region, and to national. In the process, also is a reconciliation effort. So the party is not in turmoil. In the period of intense competition, some will be joyful because they have won. The others may not be too happy because they have lost. And it's not a process that many have gone through. It's quite stressful, emotionally draining. But the party has internal mechanisms to deal with such stresses, and as part of the process that the party will go through. So we are not in turmoil in any way, shape, or form. We believe that when the time is up for us to prepare for the election, we'll be united to prosecute that agenda.
Now, there is something called healing in contests, especially when someone is defeated. There is a view that the healing process has not been well done, and that is why we are hearing the statements that we are hearing from your colleague, for instance. You have been in this contest. Would you say the olive branch has been extended wide enough? And would you say that the winning side, and again, is the whole Elephant Party that has won, but at least there's one group that contested and won. Would you say that they have done a good job with overtures to those of you who were in that contest?
Well, again, you have to put it in context. Things are done by different people differently. And I've mentioned to you that we're going through a restructuring process, of which reconciliation is a big part of it. As to whether those who have won have extended olive branches and all that, I mean, it's a responsibility of a party. When the contest is over, it's a party business. First thing that you have to do is to self-heal. Because many a time in politics, people will not come and lift you up when you have lost. I mean, you'll be down for a long time if you sit there expecting people to lift you up. So you first must self-heal. When you have gone through that process and done, then the party processes will kick in. It is only when you understand that you are part of a whole, you are part of a party, and you will conform to the dictates of the party's structures, then we all carry on and into victory. I do not think that, or I will not say that olive branches have not been extended or have been extended and are short, for which reason somebody or some people will behave in a certain way. We are going through restructuring. People are losing elections at the polling stations. Presidential primaries was the first. Some of us lost. Somebody won. People are losing at the polling stations. People are losing at the electoral areas. Others are winning. The party will go through all these processes, and the party will heal, and the party will present a formidable force for the 2028 election.
From where you sit, the statement that has been made by Kennedy Ejapong, how bad is it for the image and the unity quest of your party? And how can this be fixed because you have a bigger goal as a party?
Look, you said something in the preliminaries or in your introduction. After you played my senior colleague's honorable member's voice, you said vintage Kennedy Ejapong. And there's a reason why you said vintage. Because my senior brother, everybody knows that, he speaks freely. And sometimes you would have wished that some of the things that he says is not said in public. It's said within, MPP circles so that we are properly advised. But you know Kennedy, I know Kennedy. Kennedy's barrel, his Stinger missile, is one direction. If it's pointed to the enemy, we are all happy that he's pointed it at the enemy. Unfortunately, when it's pointed at us, it's also not that pleasant. But the good thing is that we know him. We know Kennedy, that he's a free thinker, he's a free speaker, and we have always hoped and wished that his Stinger missile is facing in the other direction. But be as it may, if once in a while he turns it on us, it's because we know him, so we're able to stomach it. But I don't think that this is the time for us to come and berate him and say all kinds of things, because, one has gone in a way that we do not appreciate. But again, let's put it all under the cover of the reconciliation process. Don't forget that he went through an election and lost. And if you have gone through an election like I did across the country, all kinds of financial commitments that you make, the emotional trauma, the up and downs, it is not that easy. So if one has been let out in a way, I don't think that, that the MPP is in turmoil and that, Kennedy has said something that has not been said before. No, he's a strong, true blue MPP person. I love him. A lot of people in the party love him. We only will pray and hope that when we are done with the reconciliation processes, when we are done with the healing processes, we will calibrate his Stinger missile to full faith in a direction that we will all be happy with. But for now, I don't think that there's any problem at all. Let tempers go down within the party. I mean, the MPP is a party that, once in a while you realize that when something comes up, everybody jumps on it. From the polling station, I've learned, for the lack of a better word, youth organizer, the lowest ranked person in our party structure. From youth organizer to regional chairman, everybody jumps on an issue and voices out because of how our party is structured. And anyway, I'm convinced that in a few months, all these things was going to be over. If you remember, a month ago, Mustafa Bandi, NDC Deputy General Secretary, went on air and said so many things, about some investigation that was being done by Yamin, yada, yada, yada. He was very, very upset on radio and on TV. Did you hear one NDC person come on radio, TV to challenge what Mustafa had said or be insulting him all over the place? Not too long ago, Haruna Idrisu let one out against the chairman in the north. Within a day, that matter had died. Nobody in NDC is talking about it. Their own chairman said a few things. Within a day, they know how to manage their things inside their party. But for MPP, when anybody makes a slip, all kinds of people jump on it, and it becomes mincemeat for everybody. But I believe that this restructuring that we're undergoing will create a sort of a structure of real discipline inside the party so that we know how to manage some of these fallouts much properly. And so, Umaru, please, take heart. This is nothing, this is no issue at all. Kennedy is at peace. I've heard his spokesperson. There's peace inside the party. People are winning elections. People are losing elections. We're going through a process. But I can tell you, when all this is said and done, the party will be stronger to prosecute the 2028 election.
My final question, there are some party members who say the utterances of Kennedy Japan can be considered anti-party behavior, and anti-party behavior is punished by suspension or dismissal. In fact, there's a group of, not a group, I think there's an individual who has petitioned the party, and I think several other people have done some petitions relating to that. If it came to it, would you say there should be a punishment at all against your colleague, or the party should just look the other way and say, listen, we used him in the past to attack our opponents, and if he's attacking us, it's just like, oh yeah, and so the cub has now become a full lion and is devouring the NPP itself. So you just have to watch him continue with his utterances. How is he stopped? Should he be stopped by being punished by either suspension or expulsion, or he should just be watched so that he keeps saying what he's saying?
Omar, Kennedy signed a form to contest for an election. He pledged to support the winner if he so loses. There was a big press conference. He repeated what he had signed. He went into the contest. It was a clean, largely clean competition. He lost. He called the flag bearer to declare his support. He came to the party. We applauded him for that. He came to the party headquarters. He made a big speech calling on all his supporters to now support the flag bearer. He traveled outside the country to take a break. I think a couple of days ago, he spoke. One or two things came out that some people find unfortunate, regrettable. A spokesperson has come out to make some positive statements about the mind of Kennedy. This is not the time for us to begin to talk about anti-party this, anti-party that. Allow us this period to go through the party restructuring. When we are done, we will heal, we will reconcile, and by the November when everything is said and done, we will go into the elections. Those people who are waiting June next year because my senior brother Kennedy said that, will be waiting in vain. Nothing will happen. It will be there. It will be strong. His ammunitions will be recalibrated in the opposite direction, and we have nothing to worry about. So please, let us all go into this anti-party behavior and all that. Let's focus on the reconciliation. Let's focus on the restructuring. Let's focus on the rebuilding. That is what is going to give us power, and that is what we are determined to do.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you very much.
That's Dr. Brenda Champon. He's MPP Member of Parliament for Ebitifi in the Eastern Region. He was once a flag bearer aspirant in the January flag bearer contest of the New Patriotic Party and former Minister for Agriculture. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Charles Opoku is Deputy National TESCON Coordinator for the New Joburg South constituency in the Eastern Region. He has sent a petition to the party. Mr. Opoku, you are welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, Omar.
What is the content of your petition as it relates to Kennedy Japan?
Thank you very much. Let me say good evening to your listeners and those watching you. So let me begin by saying that the MPP has nothing bad against Honorable Kennedy Japan. In fact, the MPP is the reason Honorable Kennedy Japan is who he is today, right? He's on record to have said that he was once a taxi driver, but today he's a billionaire, and it's because of the MPP. So Honorable Kennedy Japan should be the last person to be seen to be attacking NPP, to be working against the ultimate interest of the MPP. So why are these things happening? And it all started in 2022 when he decided to contest for the flag bearership position of the MPP. We saw videos of him attacking the MPP government and its appointees, stigmatizing them with unfounded allegations of corruption. He said that they have looted state resources and invested them in abroad without providing anything of evidential value. MPP let that slide. Nobody instituted any disciplinary proceedings whatsoever against him. So he lost the elections in 2023. And you recall that when there was that ceremony to declare the results, Honorable Kennedy Japan stood on the campaign platform or the platform and admitted that the elections was free and fair, and that he was committed to working with Dr. Bawumia to become the president of the Republic of Ghana in 2025. So all of us, we applauded him, thinking that we are going into 2024 elections with a united front, only to wake up one fine morning and see videos of Honorable Kennedy Japan in Bantama attacking the party and government again, threatening the party, saying that MPP will go to opposition in 2025. In fact, he went further to lie, to use blatant falsehood to accuse Honorable Asenso Boachi of selling state properties. After that, he also went on KSM show preaching change, saying that MPP has destroyed the economy and Ghanaians need change. He went on a media tour apologizing to President Mahama, saying that President Mahama is a good person and what not. He said all sorts of things. MPP took no action against him. And these things that he did against MPP were literally used by the NDC as campaign message against the MPP. It affected us greatly. No two ways about that. We lost the elections. Nobody instituted any disciplinary proceedings against him. We allow that to slide. Now, after the elections last year, it became apparent that Honorable Kenneth Agyapong committed high treason against the MPP party in the lead up to the 2024 elections. He leaked MPP's election strategies to our opponents. A+ is on record to have said that Honorable Kenneth Agyapong is the one who helped him to win the Gomoa Central seat, and that Honorable Kenneth Agyapong gave him every single information he needed about MPP to win the elections. That one too, MPP allowed that to slide. Nobody instituted any disciplinary proceedings against him. But what broke the camel's back, the last nail in the coffin, was his recent outburst against the MPP. Blatantly lying that in the entire 8 years of the MPP, the party did nothing about the Afari military project. When in 2022 December, he, as chairman of the Defense and Interior Committee, had written a report to Parliament saying that MPP continued the project, and the project, which was not even up to 40% complete in 2017, had gotten to 90%. But for whatever reason, he lied and attacked the MPP and ran contrary to the position, the official position of the party. So some of us think it's becoming one too many, and this must stop at a point. So the reason why I petition the party is that if you take MPP constitution, specifically if you check Article 4, which talks about the duties of MPP members, anyone who says he is an ardent member of the MPP, support the MPP. And with your indulgence, I want to read a portion of it. The party constitution, Article 4, 1 says that a member shall have the duties at all times to promote and defend the good name of the MPP, protect the unity of the party, be loyal and truthful to the party. And this is where I lay emphasis on: abide by and publicly uphold the decisions of the party. And every single thing that I have said, the chronology of events, the many things Honorable Kenneth Agyapong has said and done against NPP, is in sharp contravention of these provisions in MPP's constitution.
But the last one, but one clause you read appears to be a defense for Kenneth Agyapong, where you said that he should be loyal and truthful to the NPP. He has said that everything he's saying is the truth, and no one will stop him speaking the truth. So what if he's speaking the hard truth to you, and you are simply closing your ears to that?
Omaru, there is no truth in what he said.
How is it not? He said Agenda 111. Agenda 111. You did not finish it.
Did he provide any evidence?
No, I'm coming. He said Agenda 111. You didn't finish one. Afari Hospital, you didn't finish it after 8 years. He said you were doing kickbacks. You were the Agenda 111. People collected the contract. They didn't do the work. And let me land with let me just summarize for you. The Agenda 111, your people collected the money. They didn't do the thing. That's why there's no single hospital in Ghana called Agenda 111 anywhere. He said his own wife was approached to be given a contract and she had to pay kickback. Now, he is a crocodile coming out of the water saying that the frog's funeral is being held. Why should we not believe him?
So that crocodile coming out of the river, why is it that he didn't bring the body of the dead frog? Did Honorable Kenneth Agyapong provide anything of evidential value to back the wild allegations and accusations he's made? That is a stock in trade. But
our hospitals are not done. That's evidence enough. Let me land. Rest ipsa. It speaks for itself.
Respectfully, let me land, please. So the point that he made that we didn't finish one single Agenda 111 hospital, blatant falsehood. Tread there. We finished, we completed three of them. You know it. He knows it.
3 out of 111.
That is the problem.
3 out of 111.
You said he said we didn't finish any. Yeah, and I'm giving you 3.
But there's context. There's context. If you say you give me 100
on the ground, you can attest to what I'm saying. Mr. So he lied, and also yes, on the substantive matter relative to Afari Military Hospital, you have seen documents authored by Honorable Kenneth Agyapong, his committee that he chaired, which is under his hand. He signed it. saying that MPP continued the Afari project, and as at December 2022, the completion rate was 90%. So clearly, he lied. You see, anytime Honorable Kennedy Japan wants to peddle falsehood, wants to attack MPP, he uses two lines. Number one, Ghana first. Number two, I'm telling the gospel truth. That is what he says to deceive people. So he is never telling the truth.
So what are you saying? So what are you saying the party? So what are you saying the party should do to him in this your petition?
So basically, the party's constitution is clear. When you read Article 6, it literally says that any party member whose actions violate any part of the constitution, the party leadership, the disciplinary committee, is enjoined to take action against such person. So I have literally petitioned the party leadership to look into his conduct. I have cataloged everything and provided evidence. We have video evidence, audio evidence, and also screenshots from news publications from outlets that are credible as evidence. So I am expecting the party leadership, I'm expecting the National Council, I'm expecting the disciplinary committee, which is made up of fine gentlemen and women, astute politicians, people who know the laws relative to MPP party. They know the tradition. They know what is good for MPP. I'm asking them to consider this matter, attend to this matter with all the seriousness it deserves, and bring final resolution to it. Because MPP.
What would your view would be a good resolution? So do you want him to be what's the consequence of engaging in what you said he has engaged in? Do you want him punished?
So basically, if you do something that actually violates the party's constitution, and it's not like it was one of them, there has been a pattern of misconduct, deliberate attempt to attack MPP, to destroy MPP. If somebody is engaging in such venture, we expect the party to take action against the person.
What kind of action are you expecting? That's my question.
It can be suspension. It can be expulsion.
Can you afford Can you afford as a party to suspend or expel Kennedy?
What the party needs to be, what the party needs to ask itself is that, can we afford to have a member who constantly attack the party from within and oppose decisions and positions of the party, which positions and decisions will help Ghana grow? That is the most important question that I think we should be asking ourselves.
That would amount to intolerance. If you look at your brothers in the NDC, Jerry John Rawlings, founder of the party, had so many run-ins with the party. He didn't agree, and he publicly announced those disagreements. He was even taking on the sitting president, Professor Mills, at the time. Professor Akosua Gabra was tagged the man who was engaging in pissing in. The party tolerated them. When you had issues with your chairman, Afoko, Kwabena Japan General Secretary, and Vice Chair, Sami Krab, you expelled them ahead of an election. Now you're planning to expel another big weight in your party simply because he has spoken when your party's motto is development in freedom?
Omaru, using what transpired between the NDC and President Rawlings, the late President Rawlings, and his family, his wife, and comparing it to this, what is happening in MPP. Basically, MPP, we are even being charitable to Honorable Kennedy Japan. Because what the NDC did to the late President Rawlings, to the extent that he had opportunity to address the country and said that the NDC has unleashed babies with sharp teeth to attack him. We also what happened to his wife when she decided to contest a certain president. You remember Fonka Games? What did the NDC say against this woman? To the extent that the founder of the party, his wife, had to leave the NDC to form her own party. Kennedy Japan is not a founding member of the MPP. He's not a founder of MPP. But we have tolerated him enough.
So he can go.
I gave you a catalog of misconduct, things that he has done against the MPP. I gave you little, I even left a lot of them. And I was emphatic that upon all these things that he has done, nobody instituted any disciplinary action against him. We have tolerated him. We have been magnanimous enough.
So now you are tired.
We cannot go on like this.
Okay. Thank you.
We cannot go on like this. You see, let me make this last point. If we want MPP to be lawless, if we want disorderliness to be the order of the party, then we should gloss over this. And MPP should understand that if we set a precedent that upon all that Honorable Kennedy Japan has done, nobody wants to punish him. Tomorrow, if Asumesi or maintain that similar thing, you will have no right whatsoever to punish that person. The party will become ungovernable if people who have deliberately, openly attacked the party, work against the interests of the party, sold party election strategies to opponents, are left to go scot-free. Then MPP as a party will have no moral rights, discipline anybody. So that is the point that we need to understand as a party going forward. It's not about winning elections alone. It's about making sure that there is discipline in the party, there is order in the party, and everybody respects positions and decisions of the party on matters of national interest and party-related issues.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, Charles.
Thank you very much.
That's Charles Opoku, his Deputy National TESCON Coordinator, and he is in the New Jobbing South constituency, a member of the New Patriotic Party, has petitioned the party wanting action to be taken against Kennedy Japan. How does the party deal with a situation like this? Dr. Jonathan Asante-Ochre is Executive Director of the African Institute of Strategic Studies. He is also a political analyst. Doc, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Maru.
Would it be fair to say that this is post-internal primary effects and that things will die down and the party doesn't need to really do much? People should be allowed to vent, which is what Kennedy Japan is doing, or this should be considered anti-party where the party has to crack the whip?
Well, certainly, if you want to classify such a vituperative attack on the integrity of the party, certainly it will fall within the latter. That is anti-party behavior that obviously should warrant some kind of summoning before the disciplinary committee, and then the necessary articles of the party will be applied. On the other side, too, you find yourself in between. To what extent will you consider, some of these emotional outbursts as constituting anti-party, and then that of a democracy or internal democracy? So I think that this is a very tough one. Whichever way you look at it, it has some consequences for the party.
How should a party in opposition that needs numbers be dealing with one of its own who is seen to have, quote and unquote, gone rogue?
How should they deal?
Yes, should they expel, should they punish, or they should stay and watch? Because he's an important arsenal that can be used to unleash attacks on the governing party later on.
Yeah, you have to count your chances, and you have to be very strategic about decisions of that nature. This is not the first time Mr. Kennedy has done something like that against the party, and then people who do not support him. And he has that unforgiving character and very emotional when it comes to certain issues. And so expelling him for now, what will it bring? It is also a possibility, but you only have to count, your chances. Expelling him and then leading to what? Keeping him so that he is still a member of the party, as it were, who is, as you use the word rogue, or who is attacking the integrity of the party left, right, center. Obviously, if it were to be any other ordinary member, certainly, you would have been excommunicated. But you are looking at a personality that has, commanded about 38% in the 2024 primaries. Now a little over 20-something percent or 18. I think 21 or so. I've forgotten that in the 2026 primary. So unless you use the argument that, well, it is because it's in the MPP, that's why you got that number. But a party that is already hemorrhaging, that has had, some of these disintegrations taking place, like, for example, Mr. Alan Tamantin. So at any point in time, you are weakening your front. And these two, if the two of them, these are all accounts. And the stronghold of the NPP has been the account. So if you excommunicate a person like, Mr. Kennedy Japan, you must be ready to bear the consequences. Already, the NPP doesn't appear that much, attractive to the current electorate. And so, you just have to be a bit strategic and see whether you may want to, put into the public domain a certain issue against the ruling government that may dissuade the minds of the electorate from the issues of Mr. Kennedy Japan, the new matter. I mean, all these things are some of the political strategies they can deploy. But to sack him or expel him, they must equally be ready for the president. It's just like when Mr. Kodia, wanted to write a letter to Professor Primpon and co. When you young guys, when were you when these people were forming the party? You understand? So if you've gotten to a particular level, you don't have to behave as though those who are the elders of the party don't have brains of their own. Besides, what does Mr. Kennedy lose if you expel him? What does he lose? You are in opposition. But the decision is theirs to take.
Very well. Let's wait and see how the party deals with it. Thank you so much for speaking to us. That's Dr. Jonathan Asante-Okyere. He's Executive Director of the Africa Institute for Strategic Studies. He's a political analyst. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sandamado. Let me know what you make of the stories we are bringing you, the discussion so far. 0539 986 996. That's the WhatsApp number, 0539 986 996. You can also mention me on Twitter, now known as X, by mentioning my handle at Umaru Sanda with a U, or at Citi973. Use the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Charlie, trim I'm nice. I get some serious meeting. Allah, motion. But Charlie, no credit today. Oh, but you relax. Momo day.
Hey, what funny.
Yes, so I borrow small, sort myself out, I pay back. We move. Spot there. Ah, Charlie, you sure say you dey pay back? Yes, so that anytime somebody else they need them, Momo day. Be like I for can't borrow some more. Hey, you this boy. Don't go there and disgrace yourself. Allah motion.
Responsible borrowing be the real flexo for today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. Borrow, sort them, pay back. Momo day.
Hey, Kwame, why are you inspecting the cables like you suspect something?
Hey, Kofi, these days, the market's hard, oh. Substandard cables everywhere. Last week, someone nearly burned somebody's house.
Hey, that's why me, if it no be Nexon's cable metal low smoke anti-counterfeit cable, I know they touch them.
What did they do different?
My brother, if fire catch, some cables go smoke till you know fit see front. But with Nexon's cable metal low smoke anti-counterfeit cable, the smoke reduce well. People fit escape. It is save lives. Plus, it reduce the release of toxic gases. And you fit verify say it be the authentic cable by just scanning the cable with the Nexons app, even if them use the cable wire safe.
So it be like choosing safety first, eh?
Exactly. Authentic, quality, original. Nexon's cable metal no they disappoint. All cables no be the same, oh. Don't just chase price. Go for proven quality product, proudly made in Ghana. Nexon's cable metal low smoke cable. This is the future of cabling in Ghana.
Electricity no get leg. It be Nexon's cable metal cable they carry up.
Hello, good afternoon. I am calling from your bank. We are currently experiencing a system downtime, so we need to secure your account. Please, can you confirm your account number and your login details so we can restore access immediately? Yes, your username and password, just to verify.
Beware of fraudsters. Your bank will never ask for your login details, PIN or password over the phone. Shine your eye. Spot the fraud. Stop the fraud. This message is brought to you by the Ghana Association of Banks.
If you spot the fraud, you go fit to stop the fraud. Make you know they lose God.
30 years ago, MTN arrived in Ghana and everything changed. Now, to celebrate 30 years, we are giving back big time. The MTN at 30 promo is here. 9 Toyota Land Cruiser Prados to be won. Over 10 million Ghana cedis in rewards, plus so much more. Connect to your everyday hustle on MTN. Make video calls. Browse the internet for business with family and friends. Connect your home to MTN Fiber. Make that money move on Momo and stay ahead because every move counts. Ghana, let's celebrate 30 years of MTN with the MTN at 30 promo. Use more MTN services, build more points and win big. Dial *530# or visit the My MTN app for more.
You know that feeling when you're getting ready for work. Your shirt is still crumpled and the iron is just starting to warm up. Or you're late for the wedding and now about to blow dry your hair. Or you have just stocked up meat for the cold store and then suddenly, light off. Life just keeps getting paused. But what if your roof, yes, your roof, could keep things running in your homes and businesses? With EcoBank ASAP, you can switch to solar now by getting a loan to buy solar power systems with no upfront cost and easy repayment. Power your life through EcoBank's vetted solar vendors and lower your power bills over time.
Take back your power with EcoBank ASAP. EcoBank, the Pan-African bank.
June is for business here at Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. This June, the ideas get bolder and the future of Ghanaian business takes center stage. Welcome to the Citi Business Festival 2026. For the entire month of June, 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV bring together the thinkers, builders, innovators, and dreamers shaping the future of enterprise in Ghana. From powerful business fora that spark meaningful conversations to insightful on-air discussions with industry leaders and change makers, to stories of resilience, innovation, and ambition from Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This is more than a festival. It is a movement of ideas, strategy, and impact. Whether you're starting small, scaling big, or simply dreaming of your next breakthrough, the Citi Business Festival is your platform to learn, connect, and grow. Join the on-air series every weekday at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show on 97.3 Citi FM and at 11 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. on Channel 1 TV. This June, let's challenge businesses. Let's refine ideas. Let's create impact. Call 0205-973-973 for further details. Citi Business Festival 2026. Driving ideas into impact. The Citi Business Festival 2026 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank. And it's proudly sponsored by Absa Bank, MTN, Zondatech Ghana Limited, and Petra Trust.
Where do your hopes and dreams take flight? The money you've earned, the future shining bright. At Petra, we're not just here for your retirement plan. We are here for the life you've imagined and then some. From your child's education to your dream home's door, we'll help you achieve what you're striving for. Petra is here, steady and strong. Your wealth in safe hands, where it belongs. With investments that grow at rates that compete, we build your future with every heartbeat. That's Petra, your partner. Come joy or strife, guiding you toward the dreams that define your life. For your pensions, investments, loans, and more, visit our website at petraonline.com or call 0242 435037. Petra. Achieve more.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Yeah, welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, broadcasting from Accra. And let me just say that if you're driving around, please do with care because it's raining heavily out there in some parts of Accra. Please be careful. If you live in an area that floods, start taking measures to protect yourself. And if you're walking, be careful of open drains that may be covered by flowing water. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Some news summaries from the Citi Newsroom now, and Melody Fafa Botufe is in studio. Fafa, take it over.
Well, the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Professor Samuel Attah-Mensah, has appealed to the youth in Salaga to desist from any planned attacks on health professionals. The appeal follows the recent alleged baby theft incident at the Salaga Municipal Hospital. Speaking during a working visit to the area, Professor Attah-Mensah urged residents to support the service as investigations into the matter continue.
I want to express my sincere gratitude to you for expressing exactly how you feel. And the reason we are here is to assure you that we are with you and that let's all come together so that we follow the due process. As I said before, a committee has already been put in place as independent as possible. If there is the need to open it up for more participation, that will be done. But we are working together with the security. And for sure, what is not advisable is for you to take the rules and regulations of the nation into your hands. If we lose more people, it's not going to justify any cause. And if we lose people, if our health workers abandon the facility and people die, and we even find a baby, we cannot also bring back those lives. So please, we stand together. And that is why this morning I'm here after almost 9 hours of surgery on my own family.
Professor Samuel Attah-Mensah assured residents that all relevant stakeholders are working to ensure measures are put in place to prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future.
I plead with all of you, spread the message to your colleagues that the number one of the country, the health minister, the director general, the entire service, and the people of Ghana, they are all listening to you, and we are all doing all the best in place to make sure that things are done appropriately and should not repeat anymore. So on behalf of all the health staff, I want to say that we understand you and we'll do all our best. And be assured as well that when we identify the loopholes, they will all be closed and nobody will go scot-free.
You are the Director General of the Ghana Health Service, Professor Samuel Attah-Mensah. Now, in other news, a member of Parliament for Binduri, Isifu Mahmood, says residents have warmly welcomed the lifting of the motorbike ban in the township. The restriction, which took effect on April 28, 2026, was introduced following an attack on a Ghana Armed Forces convoy in the area that resulted in the deaths of 3 civilians. Speaking to Citi News, the MP noted that while the lifting of the ban has brought relief to residents, the restriction had caused significant economic hardship.
Some we can be able to work up and recover the losses. Some of the effects are so dire that it's gone and gone for good. And so when it also happened like that too, the security agencies, more especially the military, in the course of their trying to enforce the ban, there are normally excesses. When I say excesses, what I mean is if they intercept you trying to ride your motorbike in the outskirts to your farm or wherever. They sometimes seize the motorbike, ask you to destroy it yourself. And so they who are supposed to be enforcing the law end up becoming lawlessness themselves. And so these are the worries that are associated with the ban on the riding of motorbikes and sometimes curfews. But so once it is lifted, so all these things are over now, and the people of my constituency are good to go about their normal course of businesses.
You are the Member of Parliament for Benduri, Isifu Mahmood. Now, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly says its ongoing demolition exercise at Patasi is intended to clear the way for the Santasi Runabout to Ahunju Runabout Dualization project. According to the Assembly, the exercise forms part of efforts to prepare the corridor for major road expansion works aimed at improving traffic flow in the metropolis. Speaking to City News, Mayor of Kumasi Richard Ofori-Agyeman Boadi said the Assembly has been given a deadline at the end of June to clear all affected structures to allow construction to commence.
Every tree that is in the construction way, every container that is in the construction way, we are making sure that by the end of June, we would have taken all of them off to get the place in readiness for construction to begin.
You are the Mayor of Kumasi, Richard Ofori-Agyeman Boadi.
And that was Fafa Melody Potife of the City Newsroom, who brought us news summaries here on Eyewitness News. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra and around the globe on citynewsroom.com. We are around Ghana on a number of affiliate stations. In the Western region, we are on Beach FM 105.5 FM. We are on Sky 93.5 FM. Also, both of them are based in Takrady. We are in the Bono region in Sunyani on Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani. In the Hafo region in Gosu, we are on Hammers Radio 106.5 FM. In the Ashanti region, we are in Kumasi on Focus 94.3 FM. We are still in Kumasi on Orange 107.9 FM. In the Volta region, we are live on Revival 99.3 FM in Tajevu. If you go to the northern region, we are in Bimbila on 91.9 FM. That's Radio Bimbila. In the Upper East region, we are on Pure 100.5 FM in Navrongo. We are in Bolga on Bolga FM 102.7 FM. We are on Gunzam 90.1 FM in Tongo. In the Upper West region, we are on Tongsung 97.3 FM in Wa. We are on YouTube and we are on Facebook. Just look for Citi FM. Let's take you now to Samaraboy in the Western region. It's a town that has been in the news recently because of the charges brought against MPP chairman for the Ashanti region, Bernard Entry-Bosiako chairman Wuntumi. Now, he had a concession there, and the result is that, that concession is the reason he's been put on trial by the state for engaging in some mining without the proper approval. So that's Samaraboy we're talking about. It's a mining community. The news we are learning from that area is that the rains that we've been witnessing the past few days have submerged the entire township. Joyce Inshiraba Edu reports for the Green Gold FM based in Samaraboy, and she's joined us on the line. Madam, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you.
First of all, where is Samaraboy? It's in Western region, but which part of Western region, for those of us who don't know the region that well?
Amenfi West.
Amenfi West. So there's Amenfi West district.
Yes, please. It's municipal.
It's a municipality. It shares a district. Yes. It shares a border with the Western North region, I presume.
Yes, please.
What happened?
Okay, for the sake of our listeners, I think let this the local dialect for them to if it's possible for you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we broadcast in the English language. So I would appreciate that you do so in the English language for me.
Okay, a very big thank you and greetings to your listeners and viewers. 4 days today, there was a heavy rain at Samaraboy and its enclave, which leads to this heavy rain. And as I'm speaking to you now, we are still experiencing this rain and also this flood that is disturbing people here. As I'm speaking to you, there are a lot of people sleeping in the churches. A lot of schools have been closed down due to this rain because many people don't have a place to sleep, so we have to locate them to the schools and then the churches. As I'm speaking, we have a lot of communities around. We have Popolozo, Roman Hill, Abrese, Isuechu, and then a lot of communities that have been affected due to this rain. And unfortunately, we have 2 people that are dead through this rain. One lady has lost her daughter, and then our brother, 17-year-old guy, has also lost his life through this rain.
Okay, how big is Samraboy and what is the population there like?
Oh, so far the affected people are more than 1,000 plus as I'm speaking now. Yes.
Okay, now the flood situation you report about, was there any reason that, I mean, I'm looking at the aerial photos of your township. In some of the areas, I see the water has reached the roofing level. You are there. How extensive is the damage, or how devastating is the water situation, the flood situation?
So far as I'm speaking, it's 4 days today. And due to that, a lot of people have lost their properties. A lot of buildings are collapsing. A lot of people are, in fact, they don't have a place to sleep. They don't have, some of them they were traveling before they heard that this or what has happened. So before they came, if you see some of them, they came with only one cloth, and that's what they've been using since. In fact, a lot of things has happened here, and then many people have lost their things in Samraboy and its interest.
So those who have escaped the waters in their homes, you say they are what? They are in churches and schools, or where are they camping?
Yeah, churches and schools so far.
Does it mean that there are parts of Samraboy that are safe?
Oh yeah, there are parts of Samraboy that now it hasn't reached that place. So we are praying that it won't go far as it is.
Where are you operating? Okay, so where is your radio station based and where do you live? Are you affected personally? Is your business affected?
Oh, so far, no, and we are far behind that place. So we are praying. I'm not sure we will be affected also.
We pray it doesn't get to that. Now, the flood, the water that came into the homes of people, is it from a river that was overflowing, or it was the drains, or it was a valley? Do you have an idea where the water may have come from? Because it's not usual, is it?
Yeah, so we have 2 major rivers here. We have the River Senwe and then River Tano, as many people know. So these 2 water has overflowed and combined together, which is leading to this flooding. Yeah.
Is the water looking like it is going down as in is receding, or it is increasing?
No, it don't look like it's going down, because yesterday, the place that we went, we were able to stand there to talk to the people. But today, that same place, you can't stand there, meaning the river is still coming. That it's not going back. Yeah.
It is getting bad, I presume. So, but nobody has drowned. At least people managed to escape, except the person you said died.
Oh yes, nobody has drowned so far. So nobody has drowned.
What are the NADMO people at the local level doing to save or to deal with the situation? Do you know?
So far, so good. The NADMO people are trying their best to do what they can, but due to the situation, in fact, they don't know what to do again. They don't know what to do again. They are trying their best. And unfortunately, it's not only Samraboy. Our municipal capital is Asankagwa, and this morning, we heard the news that place too has also started flooding. A lot of communities around Samraboy has also started flooding. And it's not only Samraboy, but unfortunately, Samraboy own is very serious that most of them are attending to.
I'm looking again at the aerial picture that we have here. The water that has submerged the community looks yellowish or brownish. Do you have an idea what could have accounted for that? Is it the case that people engage in open pit mining in the township, or was the source of that yellow colored water that I'm looking at, the gold colored water?
At first, when it started, we were all thinking of human activities, illegal mining and stuff. But looking at things, it's above the human activities and then the illegal mining that we are talking about. We've been speaking to some of the leaders in the community and elder people 75 years and above, which they are saying since they were born in this community or somewhere, but they haven't seen such a thing before. Sometimes it will come late before the day, then the water will go back. But for 5 days today, it's getting out of hand. And it's because looking at the river or the water that being yellowing and stuff, we see it as where the water is coming from. Though the illegal mining is also affected, but it's a lot of places, choke gutters and other stuff, they're all coming together. So we see that as such.
Thank you so much for speaking to us. We pray that things get better in Samraboy. Thank you for speaking to us, madam.
Thank you.
That's Joyce Inshiraba Edu. She's a journalist with Green Gold FM in Samraboy in the Western region, reporting about the flood situation where the entire Samraboy township, or at least some part of it, is submerged from rainwaters. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. 2 days ago, we were all watching the World Cup with, some people watched with one eye closed and another opened. People were suspicious. People were not sure how to support, but eventually Ghanaians came out in their millions and we showed love to the Black Stars. Those of us who watched on TV in Accra, in many parts of the country, celebrated with the Black Stars. But there were a few who were privileged to be in the stands in Canada to watch, in Toronto, to watch that particular game. Our Vice President, Professor Nana Jino-Pokwajiman, was in the stands, and lots of dignitaries. But the one that has got many people talking, at least critics talking, is the presence of our Chief Justice, Justice Paul Bafo-Boni. He was there in the stands. So I saw Tumfo Setutu, I saw the Gamanche, all of them were in there. But the critics are taking on the Chief Justice. Why was he there? And this has forced the Judicial Service to issue a statement to explain. Sami Wiafi is my colleague here, and he's in studio to share details with me. Sami, so is the Judicial Service responding directly to somebody or a group of persons, or is just trying to clarify matters?
First of all, Sanda's trying to clarify the situation, and also some members of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP, have also raised concerns in respect of the Chief Justice's presence in Canada. So this, just before we came on air, a statement, as you mentioned, issued from the Communications Department of the Judicial Service of Ghana, issued this statement clarifying the presence of the Chief Justice in Canada and why he was there, and the other issues that has come in respect of his visit to the Black Stars squad that played against Panama on Wednesday. So
what is the Judicial Service saying in relation to the CJ's presence there?
Basically, they are saying a statement, and I read portions of it. It says, the Judicial Service has taken note of public commentary and media discussions following the circulation of photograph showing His Lordship Justice Paul Bafo-Boni, Chief Justice of the Republic, during a visit to the camp of Ghana's senior national team, the Black Stars of Ghana, in Canada. While public interest in matters concerning holders of high public office is understandable and forms an important aspect of democratic accountability, it is necessary to place the facts surrounding the matter in their proper context. It says, the Chief Justice is currently on official vacation. His trip to Canada was undertaken in his private capacity and entirely at his own expense.
Okay, so let's try and express that a bit further. So the Judicial Service is saying that we saw the Chief Justice in the stands. He was celebrating, he was happy, but he did not go there as Chief Justice of Ghana. He's on leave.
He's on leave. It mentioned that
he paid for his trip.
Personal expenses he paid, and we are quoting the statement. It says his trip to Canada was undertaken in his private capacity, and entirely his own expense.
I see. Okay. What else?
It continues. It says during his stay as a patriotic Ghanaian and keen sports person, the Chief Justice took the opportunity to visit the camp of the Black Stars to offer words of encouragement and support as they played in the World Cup.
Okay.
It says the visit was motivated solely by the desire to support the national team and should be viewed in that light. Photographs taken during the visit have, however, generated commentary and speculation that do not accurately reflect the circumstances under which they were taken. It continues. The Judicial Service wishes to emphasize that judicial independence does not require judges to withdraw entirely from society or cease to take part in ordinary aspects of national life.
Okay, so I would want you to take that paragraph. So you're saying that if you're a judge, it doesn't mean that you should hide. You can also go and watch football and celebrate.
Because in recent times, the Chief Justice has come under fire for attending certain social events. Remember, he was at the funeral of the father-in-law of Sami Jemfi in Ashanti region. He was at a wedding of a presidential staffer also, and other events. So a lot of people have raised concerns that why should the Chief Justice be seen in public places and with certain politically exposed individuals.
So the statement from the Judicial Service is saying, the fact that he's a judge doesn't mean he has to hide in some
Definitely.
Okay, what else?
It says judges remain citizens of the Republic and members of the communities they serve.
Citizens, not spectators.
No, he says judges remain citizens.
Not spectators.
Citizens of the Republic.
I'm the one adding the spectators. Yes. Just so that listeners don't get confused.
I know where you're going. And are members of the communities they serve.
Okay.
What the Constitution requires of judges is independence of mind, fidelity to the law, and impartiality in the discharge of their judicial functions. These are the principles that guide the conduct of the Chief Justice and all judicial officers in every democratic society. Persons occupying different constitutional office will encounter one another in both official or non-official setting. The mere fact that such encounters cannot, without more reasonably, be construed as evidence of partisanship, bias, or political affiliation. This response is coming on the back of the accusation that he's seen with a lot of NDC officials, a lot of NDC, people. And so this particular aspect of the paragraph of the statement is just trying to clarify that indeed the fact that he has seen with them doesn't mean he's politically affiliated, biased, or has anything to do with the governing party. The statement further says the Chief Justice remains fully committed to the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, the independence of the judiciary, and the fair and impartial administration of justice to all persons, irrespective of political color, social status, and personal background. The conclusion says the Judicial Service further knows that national institutions and symbols often serve to unite rather than divide us. The Black Stars continue to represent the hope and aspiration of all Ghanaians. Supporting the national team should not be misconstrued as compromising the impartiality or independence of any constitutional office holder. The Judicial Service, therefore, urges the public to view the matter in its proper context and to disregard unfounded suggestion that seeks to attribute meanings and motivations to what was, in essence, an ordinary and patriotic gesture to support Ghana's national team, the Black Stars. Finally, the Judicial Service remains steadfast in its commitment to preserving public confidence in the judiciary through the continual discharge of its constitutional mandate to the Constitution of the country and the rule of law. Issued, Communications Department, Judicial Service of Ghana.
There's only one thing missing in that statement, Sammy. They should have concluded by saying, go Black Stars, go Black Stars. I mean, that's the only thing they should have added in there to just make the statement complete. So, to summarize, for those who are just joining us, the Chief Justice went to support the Black Stars in Canada, the opening match at the World Cup. And lots of people have talked about it, especially MP people who have condemned his action. And the Judicial Service has issued a statement saying, one, he went there in his private capacity, which means he would have paid for his flight and all of that, accommodation and all of that, which is something you can fact check if we want. and that he's also on leave.
Yeah.
And so it is during his leave period that he decided to go and watch football. So that one, there is nobody's problem. Is that not what it is?
Exactly as the statement says, Sanda.
Thank you so much. Sami Wiafi is the news editor here at Citi FM and my colleague in the Citi Newsroom. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let me bring in another editor, our online editor, Kobina Wilson. Kobina Wilson has been observing and following a story that relates to some health situation in the western part of Accra. So we're talking about Weja, McCarthy Hill, and all of that. Kobina Wilson, Citi FM, Citi Newsroom online, citinewsroom.com editor, our online news manager. You're welcome.
Sanda, thank you.
How are you?
You've forgotten your website.
No. I see. I'm from the old stock, so Citi FM online. Before we transition to Citi Newsroom,
forgive you.
So for those who open Citi FM online, I want them to know that we have moved. We are now citinewsroom.com, and we also have Channel One News Online.
We'll forgive you.
You can't forgive me for doing your work for you. You have to rather pay me. Come now, this disturbing story about waste being dumped in a wetland. What do you know? Which area of town is this?
So this is where we call Mango Line. It's just around McCarthy Hills. So when you are going towards Wida Junction, right after the McCarthy Hill Junction, see there's a hospital there that we all call that. That's where the children's hospital is, where we call Akawi. Popularly we call it Akawi.
Yeah,
but that's the children's hospital. Now across the road from that, there's a pub there called Benji's Pub. Now next to the Benji's Pub, there's a lane. It's basically a residential area. Now down that pub, that's where the wetland is, and this wetland has basically been turned into a dumping site. A
dumping of baller refuse.
Yeah, refuse.
And is this a new phenomenon? It's been happening
something
for some
that's
time?
no, it's just recent, and it's been the last few weeks.
Is it because a place that they used to dump was full, so they diverted, or what happened?
So what I've gathered is that they say the place that they used to dump their refuse is full, and so they've been given that land to dump refuse. Now, what I gathered from some of the guys who dump the refuse there, they say they pay 50 cedis per tricycle.
The Abuboya people,
yeah, they pay 50 cedis per tricycle. I have personally seen someone who is there in a reflector who directs them to go down there and then dump the refuse
inside the wetland.
Yeah, so it's not like someone
and then they collect money from them.
Yeah, they take money. They take 50 cedis from them
to come and dump refuse.
To dump the refuse.
So
if
they collect refuse around McCarthy Hill, Weja, and all
so
those.
These are the guys. So these are the guys who collect refuse from Bawe, Malam, my area, SCC, Igbe Town. All those places, Red Top. So because those areas where we live, there you hardly see. We don't have this refuse trucks. The big trucks. We don't. So it's just these guys who come around. So for example, my house, they come around almost every 3 days, and then we pay 20 cedis per load.
To come and pick up.
To come and pick up. Or 20 cedis, sometimes you can negotiate and pay 15, depending on the
So they take it and they go and dump it. Where they go to is not a business.
No,
now you discovered that.
Yeah, initially I didn't know where they were dumping it because when I first moved there, they used to dump it around Oblogo.
Yeah.
So Oblogo, there used to be this huge, landfill there where they used to dump them. I think it got full and then they filled their land and then they stopped them.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they used to take it to until I realized they were driving towards the Benji's area, and I started wondering what's going on down there. Was there was a day I was coming to work, and I think someone's car one of the tricycles had broken down. He left the rubbish by the side of the road and he just left.
Wow.
Wherever he left, he just left it there and then he left. So that's what got me interested in what's going on.
And this situation we're talking about, is this a few tricycles or
no, these are tricycles. I have videos on my phone that I can show you. These are tricycles that these are more than the last count. I think I did more than 150 tracks.
Wow.
150 tricycles.
And they all come and dump in that wetland.
So this is just last week Friday on my way to work. And I counted more than 150. And I was I took the video in my car, but when I was driving and I was counting them.
So they form a queue and
then they all drive down there.
Do you know how they came about that land? Because if the one place is full and they've moved here, do you know how they came about that land?
So what I have gathered that I've not been able to confirm yet is that the land was given to them by a certain chief in the area.
Okay.
I don't know which chief that is. I don't know. I don't know. But that is what I've been able to gather. Now, I hear he's the one who gave them the land because he says he owns the land. So he gave the land to them to dump their refuse there. I have spoken to quite a number of people in the community. I've spoken to the MC and almost everybody who matters in the constituency and then the municipality. And what I have gathered is that it points to it tends to give credence to the information that
about the chief.
About yes, and so.
Do you know whether the assembly is aware? The
assembly is aware. The assembly is aware. The assembly is very much aware because I spoke to the MC. In fact, we were supposed to speak to him this evening, but unfortunately, he's not picking up.
Okay.
I spoke to him this morning. Throughout this morning, I've been speaking to him since morning. We've had more than 4 or 5 conversations today. He's aware. I called him this morning. I asked him directly. I hear you are taking money from the people, and they are dumping refuse here. And then he denied it. He said that he is not taking money from anybody.
He as the assembly, not he as a person.
No, he as a person, and he as the assembly hasn't authorized anybody to take money from anybody.
Okay.
And then he personally is not benefiting from any money that is being collected at that illegal dumping site. So then I asked him, so what has he done about it? And then he said he's been able to report it to the national security. And according to him, 3 days ago, some national security guys and his task force went there to lock the land. But this morning, when I spoke to him, I was there. I was at Makati, and
the activity was happening.
Yeah, because I mean, this morning my car broke down just around that side. So I was just looking at them with the guys driving to the place. And I told him that your information you are giving me, it can't be true, because I'm standing here and I'm looking at the guys and they are all driving towards the place. So you can't tell me that.
So he told you they closed the place?
Yeah, but that wasn't the case.
But that's not true.
So I told him that that's not true. So if he closed down the place, then it means the guys have gone back. So then he should gather his task force, and then he promised he was going to gather his task force and go back. This afternoon, I spoke to him again, and then he told me that they were on the ground. As to what they were doing on the ground, I don't know, but he said they were on the ground. I'm hoping that they've gone to lock the place. That's my hope. Of course, I will go back tomorrow and check if that's what they've done. But
so the problem is that they are blocking a wetland.
Yeah, blocking
which
a wetland
has a consequence, because then the flooding
flood,
that will
yes.
happen, all the water coming down from the mountains around the Wager.
Yeah. And this wetland is not far from Pambros.
Okay.
Because if you know that area very well, so
Yeah.
when you are so this is if you are coming towards Malam Junction, this is just after Pambros. So right after Pambros, you go forward, you move a bit ahead towards the Malam Junction.
Yeah, they turn right.
Then you turn right.
So even the grass, I mean, I know what wetlands look like. Even the grass shows that it's an area that...
And Sandra, the stench in the area. This morning, I was standing at Makati Hills. There's a mosque just at Makati Hill. That's why I was parked with, and I was sitting in my car. The stench, the flies from that side. I mean, if you are walking from where they are dumping the refuse to where I was parked, this should be, I think, about 5 to 10 minutes walk. Sandra, the stench, it was terrible, and the flies. So I had to sit in my car and then roll the glass up.
Wow.
Because it was that bad.
So there are health hazards related to this.
Yeah.
Aside the long-term effect of the place being filled up and the water.
And that is what is also contributing to the flood that we are experiencing around them. There's this town down Dansuman. Ziglife, yes. Because now that the wetland has been blocked.
Yeah.
And that is not the only wetland in the area that has been blocked. That's not the only illegal dump sites now. There's also one at Oblogo called Bibini. There are about 2. And all these wetlands have basically been blocked, and it's terrible, because I'm actually wondering how the residents there. I'm actually wondering how they are surviving, because I was far away from where the dump site is, and I couldn't even. It was difficult for me. So those who have because this is a residential area, their houses that are just 2 meters, 1 feet, 10 feet from the dump site. And I'm wondering how they are surviving, and I don't think it's easy. It's a very easy thing for them there. And it's important that we talk about this and get the assembly to move in to lock that place up and clear the land, because it has serious health hazard and serious implications.
So the place is called what? If the
this is Mango Line.
Mango Line.
Just after Makati Hills, just across the road from the Children's Hospital.
Under Wejagba Municipality.
Under Wejagba Municipality. Felisodate is the Felisodate Lamte. He's the MC. Okay. He contested, and he has been given he has not been.
So he has to do that way. Thank you so much, Kobina Wilson. He's our online manager here at 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 Television. This Eyewitness News on 97.3. Citi FM, we have business news coming up and then talk back where we bring your messages after this.
There as it happens. Looking for a location that gives your business a competitive edge? Dawa Industrial Zone offers world-class facilities, direct access to major trade hubs, and a thriving business ecosystem. Whether you are setting up in the manufacturing, logistics, or services, our ready-to-use industrial spaces and supportive policies make expansion easy. Visit www.diz-ghana.com or call 055-20-40,000. Dawa Industrial Zone, where businesses thrive.
These days, some mattresses are being made from all kinds of unsafe materials that are not fit for sleeping surfaces. These materials may be cheap, but they can be harmful to your health. If you haven't slept well, you cannot work and think well, and you are ultimately putting your health at risk, which can cause you a lifetime discomfort and chronic pain. As responsible citizens, we should invest in safe, durable, and certified mattresses. Latex Foam remains the tried and tested brand we all love for almost 60 years now. They offer you unmatched quality and durability for every Ghanaian home. Talk to them on 0302-231-155 in Accra and 03220-29365 in Kumasi for all your inquiries, or walk into any of their outlets nationwide for your preferred choices. Do not settle for less. Go for quality, but Latex Foam, or else you do yourself. Latex Foam, your partner for life.
Everybody they sell, but your shop they empty.
Where's my report?
Bro, month no end here too. But see, your pocket stop they take. Another emergency for the house.
Come and get ideas. Ideas go kill them.
Another idea, another mark time. No capital to start. For some people, this silence no be peaceful. It be money matter.
With bills, there's no need for silence. From my emergency loans to salary loans to working capital loans and startup loans, Bills has you covered.
Apply with your Ghana card today. Call 0596-920-833 or 0302-200-390. Bills, financing your needs. T's and C's apply.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. It's now time for business news from the Citi Business Desk, and Nashika Caesar is in studio. Hello, now you're welcome.
Thank you, Sanda.
What are the big stories in the business world today?
Well, today the BOG, the Bank of Ghana, is telling us that the amount of currency in circulation for the month of March 2026 hits almost 79 billion Ghana cedis.
Wow, that's serious. Please tell us more.
Currency in circulation remained close to the 79 billion cedi mark in March 2026, despite a slight decline from the previous month. This is according to the latest Bank of Ghana monthly statistical bulletin. The stock of currency in circulation stood at 78.98 billion cedis in March 2026, compared with the 79.44 billion cedis in February, representing a month-on-month decline of about 464 million cedis. We have more in this report.
Despite the monthly dip, cash circulating in the economy remains significantly higher than a year ago. The March 2026 figure is nearly 10 billion cedis above the 69 billion cedis recorded in March 2025, translating into an annual increase of approximately 14.5%. The data shows that currency in circulation rose sharply towards the end of 2025, climbing from 75.04 billion cedis in November to a record 83.82 billion cedis in December, as spending accelerated during the festive season. Cash holdings then moderated to 79.17 billion cedis in January 2026, edged up slightly to 79.4 1.44 billion cedis in February and eased again in March. The March figure indicates that while demand for physical cash remains robust, particularly compared with the same period last year, the pace of growth has stabilized in the first quarter of 2026 following the seasonal surge recorded in December.
That Business Desk report was filed by Daniel Attah-Mensah. Moving on, finance analyst Nelson Kwagbeji is urging community banks that may struggle to meet the Bank of Ghana's new capital requirements to consider bringing in strategic investors rather than waiting for consolidation pressures to force mergers. The call follows the Bank of Ghana's decision under the revised Microfinance Sector Framework 2026 to officially convert all rural and community banks into community banks and raise the sector's minimum capital threshold as part of efforts to strengthen the industry. Speaking to Citi Business News, Kwagbeji said the reform should not be viewed as a threat to the sector, but rather an opportunity for institutions to reposition themselves.
I am very much aware that the current governor of the Bank of Ghana is operating an open door policy. And so those who are not able to meet the deadline, I think the association can appeal to the Bank of Ghana. And I can say for a fact that because the leadership at the Bank of Ghana at the moment is operating an open door policy, they should be able to listen to them. But as I did indicate, this is an opportunity that this current governor is bringing, and that will eventually help these community banks to be resilient, to be strong, to be sound, and contribute their quota towards the development of our economy. And so those who will not be able to meet the deadline, they can seek for strategic investors who are willing and ready to inject fresh capital so that they can continue to remain in business.
That was finance analyst Nelson Kwagbeji speaking there. Moving on, the Environmental Protection Agency Authority, EPA, has granted Ghana Port and Harbours Authority an environmental impact assessment certificate for the proposed port of Keta, paving the way for the GPHA to engage potential investors in the project. Presenting the certificate of approval to the overlord of the Anglo State, Togbi Sri III, the Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Major General Paul Seydou Tenye Kulono, revealed that 42 entities, both local and international, have already expressed interest in investing in the construction of the port.
I'm pleased to inform you that only last 2 weeks we received the EPA permits that has indicated that the port, the location is fit for purpose. Very soon, a lot of people will start flooding this area. So if you don't have land, you better go and buy one now. If not, when the price goes 3 times, don't blame anybody. If you have money, I would advise you put up some accommodation because a lot of people will be coming looking for accommodation. But what is ahead of us? From now, we have received as many as 42 companies that have expressed interest to come and develop the port. And normally it is like that. A lot of people will come. When you open the books and they see the scope of work, most of them will what? Will run away. But some of the names that have come up are credible names that we are sure that will work with them. So the plan is that for the next 3 months or so, we are going to listen to the proposals that they are going to present. Then we select the best 4.
That was the Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority, Major General Paul Seydou Tenye Kulono, speaking there. Moving on, the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, is urging businesses to move beyond viewing sustainability as a regulatory obligation and instead treat it as a strategic tool for growth. Speaking on the sidelines of the launch of the Sustainable African Value Chain Initiative, President of AGI, Dr. Kofi Nsiapoku, said sustainability has become a defining factor for business resilience and long-term success.
The world is changing. As you have all heard about climate change, Ghana also is part of the climate change, and we need to prepare. And especially the industries Now you have to do environmental, social, and governance compliance. So this relationship is going to help member companies to bring themselves up to ensure that environmentally, socially, and in governance-wise, they are really compliant. Now, if you want to even export a product abroad, sometimes they want to make sure, are you falling trees to create energy? Are you creating something that is not environmentally correct, etc.? So it is important that we understand what is required under the ESG so that members can prepare themselves and ensure that they are compliant and therefore they can export more. You know, it's very stringent when you want to export to the Western world.
Dr. Kofinsi Apoku is president of the Association of Ghana Industries, AGI. For his part, Jacob Linolf, ambassador of Denmark to Ghana, described the launch of the Sustainable African Value Chain Initiative as a reflection of Denmark's commitment to building strong and mutually beneficial partnerships with African countries.
It's a quite substantial project and it's for 3 years. But the most important thing here is that in Europe and in Denmark, we will get more products from Africa. We will get more sustainable, high-quality products from fantastic Ghanaian manufacturers. And in Ghana, you will have more jobs. You will have more exports, and in that way contribute to the continued development of Ghana.
That was Jacob Linolf, who is ambassador of Denmark to Ghana. Now, government has introduced a new green project preparation facility to attract private investment and climate resilient infrastructure projects. The facility, which was launched in Accra by the British High Commission and the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, has secured an initial £5 million commitment from the UK government. The initiative is designed to bridge Ghana's infrastructure financing gap by preparing investment-ready climate-aligned projects. Here's more.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, Nana Dwemo Bene, says the facility is a strategic intervention that will strengthen project preparation across both public and private sectors and unlock climate finance.
We try and gather monies from the private sector, international and local, to do key infrastructure projects. In our quest to look for great infrastructure projects that people are willing to finance, we notice a gap in the market. Most of these projects have not done proper project preparation, so it is difficult to attract international donors, international funders to actually come and co-invest along us. With the launch of this project preparation facility, there is funding that is available for project developers.
Deputy British High Commissioner to Ghana, Terry Sach, stressed the need for collaboration in financing climate resilient infrastructure projects.
Let's work together, because when you want to finance green, climate-friendly infrastructure, it takes lots of people coming together to work together. And I'm saying work with us, come together, let's do it together, let's get it right, and find the finance for financing those infrastructure projects that's going to deliver climate and growth for Ghana.
The CEO of FSD Africa, Mark Napier, welcomed the launch as a pivotal step for Ghana's climate finance ecosystem.
By the collaboration that has taken place between the British High Commission and particularly with the GIF to design the PPF and to develop a pipeline of projects that we can now start to think about funding. And so I know that my colleagues at FSD Africa would be very we want me to thank all of those involved in this really excellent partnership, and we look forward to seeing that continue. So what we're launching today is not just a facility, it's a piece of catalytic infrastructure.
You heard the Chief Executive Officer of Financial Sector Deepening, FSD Africa, and in the report filed by Daniel Ojo-Mensah. And that's it for City Business News on Eyewitness News. For more news, do log on to citynewsroom.com.
And citybusinessnews.com. Thank you so much, Nashika Caesar, from the City Business Desk. In fact, your microphone is off. You may please leave us. It's raining. Go and move your car and go home before you are met. Because where you live, it floods a lot. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I have back in studio my colleague Sami Biafi, who will be now hearing from you on Talkback here on Eyewitness News. Sami, what are our listeners saying from the various platforms? So we have WhatsApp and then we have X. They've been sending messages, which is a key part of the show. I'll start with X. Those who have tweeted at me at Umaru Sanda and at Citi973. Baba Chairman in Tamale says, what makes Ken feel he is bigger and larger than the MPP? Enough of the feet dragging from the leadership of the party. The youth of the MPP should rise against these party executives who see and hear no evil with what Ken is doing. Enough is enough. Prince Nuruddin Baumia says, the MPP as a political party has been nice to Kennedy Japan. Nobody is above the party's constitution. It is time the party shows its powers because this is not the first time Kennedy is exhibiting this unusual behavior. Akwaliok Daniel says, today the MPP appears consumed by internal divisions born out of the failures of its erstwhile administration. Indeed, things are falling apart within the elephant family and the center can no longer hold. So those are the messages I'm receiving from X. You can send yours to use the hashtag there or Eyewitness News mentioned at Umaru Sanda or at Citi973. Sami, what are the WhatsApp messages saying?
Abi National Inwa says, the fact man has spoken. MPP, listen to Ken or you remain in opposition forever. Akapo in our form says, we humbly appeal to our father Ken not to spill the beans as it will negatively affect our 2028 win. He has the right to express his genuine concerns and opinions, but giving ammunition to our political opponents will spell doom for the MPP. Koku Bansa from Abutia, dear Ken, read my lips. Stop the Messiah Act. You are not the only saint in this party, and the spill the bean routine is getting old. Every time accountability comes knocking, you reach for threats instead of receipts. If you have evidence, file it properly. Don't hold the party hostage with public threats. Real patriots build quietly. They don't go on radio threatening exposure every time their ego is bruised. Drop the sainthood complex and help us rebuild or step aside. Give us a break.
Sami, on this Kennedy Japan matter, do you get the sense that he has some people supporting him while there are people condemning him, or is a general outright condemnation across from what he has said?
It's a general condemnation, as you said, Sanda. A number of MPP people I've spoken to, they feel they are tired of him. They feel enough it is enough. As you know, Bansa just wrote this message. I think the party people are tired of him, and this is not the first time. On several occasions, he's come out publicly to make pronouncements like these. So the few party people I've spoken to are genuinely not happy with Kennedy Japan, and they feel that enough is enough.
But so
for them, they expect someone to be able to match up to him.
Match up would mean what?
Would mean someone who can also publicly come and condemn some of the things that he says.
But you build these things. I mean, Kennedy started many years ago. We all remember he started this whole Woyome thing.
Yeah.
At Manchagbona. I'm not sure if you were at that rally when he started and said I was going to go, and MPP rode on that. And I always remember this in 2012, after the election, when NDC won, General Mosquito called a press conference. At the time, he was General Secretary of the NDC. There's a statement he made. I don't know if that's a proverb or something, but he said the NPP was, and at the time, the NPP had said it won the election. And Mosquito said the NPP was riding a tiger. Now they are afraid to get down because if they get down, NPP will be consumed by that tiger. Kennedy Japan was used by the NPP in taking on a lot of the opposition party. But you see, he's a maverick, which means he speaks his mind a lot of the times, and it's difficult to control. Yeah. You have to just hope and pray that he's on your side when he's speaking. Because I have listened to him speak on his own station, Oman FM and 2, where he threatens the host of the show. He threatens the host. We are Meyiwedi. I'll sack you. And then live on air and these kind of things. Or I have actually sacked you simply because you give someone more time or you went to play commercials rather than interviewing him. He has always been like this from when we've known him. And he says it's a principle. He's just speaking the truth. But he's part of a group. And now the group is not happy.
I'm reliably informed that next week the party's National Executive Committee and the National Council will hold a meeting and discuss this particular issue. Hopefully they will announce some punishment or sanction to him on this recent outburst. And this is not the first time the executives will hold meeting on Kennedy Japan. It's not been once, it's not been twice. On several occasions, he comes out to speak this way. The party will hold a meeting. You don't hear the sanctions that they announce. You don't hear the, referral to the disciplinary committee. You don't hear anything.
Some is because all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. And,
I agree.
And you see, Ken Japan may not be bigger than the party, but he's big.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the consequence? Alan Chemantin left. Has the party died? Many will say, oh, no, the party didn't die, right? But pound for pound, is Kennedy the same as Alan Chemantin? Maybe Kennedy is as big as the Alan Chemantin of 2007. Maybe. Or maybe I'm overestimating. But my point is that you need everybody on board. Kennedy has a huge following. He has
40% in the last election, the last internal primaries.
No, it was lower. If you add he and Brian, I think it was a 2022 that he was nearly, but the last time he was beating. It was
but at least he still has a following in the party.
So can the party say, listen, we have elected a leader, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, he's the one we are going with, and so forget everybody else. And so Kennedy can go up our uncle Breno because he's been shouting showdown. He's the first person who used showdown in this country, and that was also on the election day. And now he's threatening that by June or July 2027.
Is that June 2027?
He said June, July 2027. He's going to show them. Like, it's almost as if it's a him against his party. Now, that cannot be allowed, right? You cannot be, so I cannot be, I work with Citi FM, then I'll go outside the company and be threatening. You, Citi people, you see what I'll do to you. I don't see how he's seen himself as against the party. I don't know what has angered him, and we do know sometimes Kennedy gets angered by very trivial things. In fact, there are people who even say, people who are close to him and close to other people who say that, oh, he got angry and that's why he decided to run for flag bearership, and that's why he has run for flag bearership. He says he has money. He doesn't have to be president. He doesn't have to lose anything. But does Kennedy have anything to lose? These are questions that has to be asked. Should the MPP expel him? Should he be suspended? Or they should watch and allow and say, oh, he will simmer down and then he'll return. Has Kennedy Japan become the Adam's apple of the MPP? You can neither swallow him nor spit him out. That's how it is looking like. If they're able to spit him out next time after their disciplinary committee, we don't know what the consequence will be. If they swallow him, he would keep vibrating in their stomachs. So I do not know. I mean,
that brings down the conversation on leadership of the party. I know people compare the MPP leadership to the NDC, and people think a senator as chairman or even general secretary, can you have such a person within the NDC who will be making, all sort of threats and outbursts in the party? A question a lot of people ask that if he was to be a member of the NDC, can he do these things? And compare the leadership in the MPP. They believe that the leadership of the MPP has failed in taming him, has failed in keeping him cool, for want of a better word, has failed in making him stop some of these things that, he's been doing over the years. And so that, as you mentioned, this is not the first time. He's been doing this over and over and over again. And it looks like there's no one available or
to rein him in.
And you have elders of the party. There's the National Council. There are former presidents and former elders within the MPP. No one can really talk to him.
I think it's a difficult one for the MPP. I don't know how they'll be dealing with it, but we'll wait to see how they'll deal with Kennedy Japan. Let me bring other messages that have been coming through. Anna, please remove the highlight. Anna Fena Neku says, good evening, Umaru, and if you can just turn the screen for me. Kennedy Japan has every right to speak. This one is blocking it. to speak of the shortcomings of the NPP as a key member of the party's leadership. He shares responsibility for its success and failures. In public service, accountability demands that when one sees a problem, one speaks up. Ajita Wills Yoga sends a message, and he says, and this is a message from Abuja 30 in the Volta region. He says, good evening, Umaru. Did you add Sir to my name? I'm not a 90 yet. So the recent flood that submerged the Samra community might be caused by galamsey. Despite government warnings to stop, many felt livelihoods threatened, but illegal mining has brought them to where they are today. They better embrace the government's responsible corporate mining approach to protect lives, land, and secure sustainable jobs. Sammy, who else do we have?
This one's from Edie. The only name he gave is Edie. Said, how can one man think that he alone can bring down a whole political tradition that has existed for almost a century, much older than him, and which has survived even periods of military coups? Then that person must be a certain God. I'm sure they are referring to Kennedy Japan here.
Akasokri Joseph says, Kennedy Japan shows his courage in speaking the truth. This clearly indicates that he cares about Ghana. He is winning my heart. If he continues like this, then the future is bright for him. This time around, they will not allow him to mess them up. They will face him squarely at the end. Everyone loses. Steve from Ebri says, did I hear Dr. Brandon Champon using the word restructuring? When people can open their mouth and insult the person Kennedy Japan without the party questioning them. Well, he says that cool health must prevail, but this is a period for pains. Allow people to go through the pain. Sami Emil Akensivi in Akwemufi
says, good evening, Umaru. Kennedy is free thinker and must be taken serious. He's not going through any emotional trauma. Okay. We the people from Ayarifa says it is the most unfortunate that in this country, if you're a member of a political party, you can't be objective anymore. People are not happy with Honorable Kennedy Japan simply because he speaks the truth. How does speaking the truth undermine the unity of the MPP? Richmond from Pillar 2, Dome, says, Honorable Kennedy is not a unifier and has so much ordeal in him. Imagine if he were to win the party, would he be falling apart? The NDC is having issues, but they have not heard anybody speak the way Kennedy Japan does.
Richmond, okay, so that's from Richmond. This one, Baba Chairman in Tamale says, I 100% agree with Charles Opoku and all those who are calling on the leadership of the party to step their foot on the ground and deal with Ken once and for all. Ken has become an albatross around the neck of the NPP. Talking of albatross, I learned about an albatross recently. Albatross is actually a bird. I was thinking it's a metal chain. Anyway, Kofi in Tema says, Umar, why didn't Kennedy Japan speak of the one who owed who owned the contract to fix street lights under the previous MP administration? Why did he not report the rot to the police? Well, that's also another issue because he says that he is aware of a criminal activity, but he did not report on that. I think it's something that we should be questioning him about. Nanaya Abuaji from Adenta says, we appreciate your good work for Mother Ghana. Please ask Mr. Kennedy Japan, when did he know that Ghanaians have been taken for granted by politicians? And what did he do about that when his party MPP was in power? The accusations won't catch public attention and sympathy of his cause. Most Ghanaian politicians are insensitive to the plight of the people, and Ken is one of them. When did Ghana become first to Mr. Achampong?
Nkrumah Isaac in Tamale says, Honorable Ken is a pillar of the MP, especially when the party is in opposition. They should try something like that. They shouldn't try something like that.
Thank you so much for sending your messages on Talkback here on Eyewitness News. Thank you so much, Sami Biafi. Thank you, Beverly London. Thank you, Julian Odami Asari. Kwabna Wilson. Thank you. Emmanuel Lati, technical support. Thank you. And what's his name? Edwin Kwakofi of the online department, of the new media department, helped us with the social media support. We are grateful that you joined us. And we will be back on Monday. We'll be back on Monday with Eyewitness News. Remember that Eyewitness News is at 5 p.m. That's when we'll be bringing you Eyewitness News from Monday to Friday. Do make a time and listen. If you want more news and current affairs, at 8 p.m. tonight, have Channel 1 Newsroom. I'll be bringing you on Channel 1 TV. And then at 9 a.m. tomorrow, I'll be bringing you the big issue on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 Television. I'm Umaru Sanda. I'm making way now for Gabi Milito.
Umaru
Sanda, aka Gabilolo, you're welcome.
Charlie, Sanda,
I had a headache when I was watching the Blasters match.
Yeah. Charlie, I mean,
I didn't want to watch the performance. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I watched. I'm saying, look, I've said this to you, Paul, and I'm going to say it.
I know the reason. I mean, it's the World Cup. Everybody's paying attention to it.
I am saying that we didn't deserve to have won that. Even though I'm happy we have won, that day we didn't deserve to win.
When you say we didn't deserve, I don't understand.
Just say we were outplayed, we were outperformed.
See,
let me give you another example. I don't know football. Yeah. I don't know football. When I'm watching the TV screen, I just look out for who is wearing blue and who is wearing yellow.
Let me give you another example at the World Cup. Australia beat Turkey by 2-0. When you look at the numbers, the XGs and everything, Turkey played all the football, but Australia had 4 chances. Out of the 4 chances, they had 2 goals from the 4 chances.
So that's what matters?
That's what matters. At the tournament,
the goals matter?
Yeah, you don't need to be expansive and play nice football.
No, but
you play nice football, you don't have points. Where do you go then?
I'm not saying we didn't play nice football.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that we didn't play football. Just say we shan't. Look, the people played as halfback.
That's true.
And
that's true. Yeah.
Why didn't we give man of the match to the man in the Atizigi?
No, I think the man of the match should have gone to Brandon Thomas Asante. I don't know on what.
I dispute that. I think we should
go
to Kelebrenchi.
I don't know on what metrics.
I think Kelebrenchi played.
My man of the match.
Kelebrenchi can also get into the conversation.
Out that day.
Masa, my man of the match is Atizigi. If he wasn't in the post,
Atizigi for the first half.
Yes.
But he didn't play the entire game, so you can't say
the first half. That guy held us down.
Yeah, and
if it wasn't for him, you know the India-Ghana match.
Yeah, 99.
That's what would have got it. I'm so sad that he was injured.
No, but Atizigi was fantastic in the first half.
I'm saying that he was the only one. And
who did well?
Jordan.
That one is for Numo. So
Coach Jordan
only Ajele.
That's all. But you see, again, people are saying that he shouldn't have started. But me, from a political point of view, he's a captain. It's good that he started. There's something.
Is he? He's a good player.
Yeah.
Nobody say he's not a good player, but the fact is, he's not playing to the strength of the team.
Yeah.
Because we are defending a lot. We are a transition-based team.
Simple as that.
So when the ball gets to you, I will go. You cannot be blocking 4 people at the same time. How? Is
it age? Or the thing is Gen Z now? He's gone past Gen Z.
What he should realize is that at age 34, your speed, everything.
And you can't do anything about it. It's gone down.
It's a natural order.
Yeah, you can't
help.
So
quick, give and go. He's from a footballing family.
Yeah.
So smart-wise, he should be smart.
But Sanda, let me give you this record about after he played that game. So he actually became the 4th Ghanaian player to play at 4 World Cups.
Yeah.
Right, so following the steps of Asamoah Gyan, his own brother Andre Ayew, and then Suleiman Tari.
No, I think 3 World Cups.
Okay, three World Cups. Yeah, so and then Suleiman Tari.
2018, and then
so 3 World Cups.
You put at the sports people. Me, I don't know football. I'm saying that if the way we played Tuesday,
we cannot repeat. See,
if that's what we are doing against England,
what we are Miami, we hardly. I don't know. We are not honest people.
Coach,
some of us.
First of all, even
the performance put up against Panama cannot be repeated on Wednesday.
It's miserable.
If you repeat that, you get beat.
I'm saying that
handsomely.
Panama deserved to have won that thing because
they didn't deserve to lose.
Exactly.
They didn't deserve to.
So if we won by God's grace, don't forget Panama also they have God.
Exactly.
England they have God.
Exactly.
So if God can give us grace, listen, let me sign out. Sports Panorama is up next. Gabilolo and the team. If I'm angry, I'm going to chew Adodi.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959.